Hello everyone. I hope that you are good wherever you are. This is GWPFX Analytics. So, guys, today, as you can see by the picture over there, I will be discussing the war, the war that's actually happening right now, the war of Russia and the Ukraine. So, guys, what's happening is that the cost of living has actually risen. It has risen by far higher, much higher percentage. So, by saying that, I mean that to afford anything actually, it's a bit harder nowadays. It's a bit hard to afford. It's a bit harder to afford, And now I'm going to be discussing the recent news. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. There's far much good news that and good things that I'm going to be presenting to you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. The man over here is the Prime Minister of the UK. His name is Boris Johnson. And the news say that Boris Johnson is poised to travel to Saudi Arabia next week for talks on oil as he attempts to move the UK away from dependence on energy supplies from Russia. So Boris Johnson next week will be traveling to the Saudi Arabia for talks on oil, meaning that they no longer want oil imports from Russia. So this is a serious step. They're taking a very serious step to isolate the Russian economy from their economy. They are trying hard to loosen Putin. They are trying hard to weaken Putin's economy. So it's a bit harder. It's a bit harder what they're doing to the Russian economy. It's a bit harder, and it seems like the war is worsening. Their sanctions are making things very much worse. So we have seen again, guys, that we have seen numerous trade bans from the United States as Joe Biden has banned energy imports from Russia. He stated that he's gonna be banning imports from Russia. So they actually depended on Russia for oil imports. So right now they are actually giving up on Russia. So the United States is actually planning on producing oil, as he stated that as he stated that they are working with close partners to produce oil on their own. So meaning that they no longer want oil from Russia. Even in the future, they no longer want oil from Russia. So that's a serious step. It's a very serious step that they're taking against the Putin. And Putin doesn't wanna back off. He keeps going. He keeps going. So which means he wants the war to escalate, you know. He's even planning on fighting with chemical weapons. So I think that we'll end up getting on a stage whereby it's just World War III, you know, the NATO against Russia. However they plan that, you know, they will not intervene. They will not actually fight Russia in Ukraine. They will not close the sky. However, we are losing lives. People are dying because of this war. Because of this war, people are dying. So, as I was saying, guys, that you know, they are traveling because of oil. They are banning Russia because of oil. So, the demand for oil has actually increased amid the Russian invasion. We have seen the recent rise in the prices of energy. We have seen a rise in the price of energy. Trade holds and economic sanctions imposed on Russia is harming the global community. The supply shocks and rising demands for oil has been of concern. So we have seen that the supply has dropped. The supply of oil has dropped. The supply of oil has dropped, and prices have actually risen. Prices have increased. So that's actually the worst thing that we have ever actually we have seen so far. The world is actually suffering. The world is suffering. There's high demand for oil. There's high demand for oil, and it's actually affecting many sectors of the economy. It's not actually affecting one sector, but I will actually discuss that with you guys later on. I will be releasing a number of videos. Please subscribe. I will be like releasing on videos on what sectors of the economy are being affected by these actually rising prices of oil and this supply shock. So right now, this is Cyril Ramaphosa. As we've seen that the plans to isolate Russia are working, but South Africa seems to be indecisive. Why? Why is South Africa so indecisive of what is actually happening? They have actually abstained. They have abstained when they were voting. The United Nations was voting over there. They decided to abstain. So I think that South Africa is an economic clown. You know, they don't know what who to side with. You know, they don't actually have plans on their own concerning their economy. They think that the war is gonna get better, but things are getting worse. That South Africa is actually silent. You know, people are paying heavy price. People are actually paying heavy price for this energy. South Africa has not actually decided on way forward on its future with Russia. We have seen trade bans and all those stuff. And South Africa is not actually intending on moving itself away from Russia. So here we have Putin, the Russian president. What's actually the future of Russia in terms of what's happening right now? We have seen numerous trade bans, we have seen trade holds. As I'm saying right now, Russia is not trading, actually, is not participating. They have banned the stock exchange. They banned the Moscow Stock Exchange, and they have weakened the economy. So it's worse now, as everyone is pulling out of Russia. So how does the future of Russia looks? How does the future of Russia looks if they actually cease fire, or yeah, if they cease fire? We have seen that Boris Johnson has decided that they are pulling out of Russia, and they're going for Saudi Arabia in terms of oil imports. America on its own is planning to produce its own oil. So what does the future of Russia looks if the plans of these big economies works, and what does the future of Russia looks? Okay guys, please subscribe to this channel. I think that I've actually spoken, I've actually raised some points on what is actually happening in the economy right now. But to conclude is that the future of Russia doesn't actually look good. It doesn't look good. By saying so is that Russia will become very, very poor. Russia will be very, very, very poor after the war, just because of what they actually did. They killed a lot of people, and they want they want the war to escalate. They want World War III, and they won't give Putin that, because it's gonna ruin and it's gonna destroy many lives and infrastructure. So what I'm saying right now is that their currency will be very, 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 very weak. If you go to the chart, you'll realize that it's actually not moving. It has lost so much value, and they pull them out of the financial system. They can't even borrow money from IMF. They can't do anything. So it's worse now in Russia. It's worse. Situation is worse. Please subscribe, guys. I'm going to be releasing another video. Please subscribe. This is GWPFX Analytics. Thank you.